at the Roche.
Yeah, that's spot on.
There's like, how many other Roshan heroes are left? Like, Lycan's
Lycan is decent, but
yeah, and then you would actually be countered, I think, by Alliance picking up like Winter Wyvern or something, or Luna,
or Troll Warlord, guys.
Yo, Troll is bad.
Which we have seen.
Yeah, there's the Slark. I feel like Liquid gets so much out of these Invis heroes just for the scouting information. I would have banned it. I think Ben's argument about Alliance is very worried about the dire side advantage was completely on point. I still don't want to see Matumbaman Slark scouting for that mind control Tidehunter ever again.
Oh yeah, he's a little bit better than Night Stalker because he's just far superior, I think, in scouting out nighttime and just avoiding those ganks because he can carry that Shadow Blade very early.
Reserve time.
Or Blink.
Yeah, Slark always matches up well against Beastmaster because you can always get off the Dark Pact to the golds. You've got a little bit of AoE damage early on from the Slark that can help you clear through the Terrorblade. He can close that distance and jump onto the real Terrorblade and threaten him, and you don't have an opportunity to get the Sunder turnaround because of the ult.
So is this just like insta-pick Rubik for the Ravage?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably one of the best times for Rubik if there ever is. Oh god, the Terrorblade Shadow Demon combination.
Wow, somewhere
illusions
Purge is very happy.
days.
Purge is very happy somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Right now.
Their team fight is just terrible right now, though. Shadow Demon's pretty good if you want to constantly siege with a Terrorblade and that they have like good single target ultimates, like Beastmaster Roar, for example, but that doesn't really seem to set up that well. There's no ledge strike for them to even pair with it in the mid lane. So I'm curious as to what they're going to follow up. Maybe
it's got to be something weird. Like, are they doing some sort of support combination, like Shadow Demon, Mirana, or Lina, or
Mirana's not good versus Tide or Slark, though.
I agree.
So
I just don't know why they would pick Shadow Demon out of.
Yeah, I'm not particularly sure.
It's got to be a strat at hand.
Oh,
and
God.
what better way to be able to slow down the push of a Terrorblade than with an Elder Titan? He's got AoE clear. He's one of the best high ground defenders you could possibly have, and he sets up the Phoenix really well as well.
He counters Terrorblade so hard.
Yeah.
I think this is why you don't first phase a Terrorblade, why other teams don't. Because Elder Titan just destroys him. You take away like 20 armor, I would say, like 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's better than amplified damage.
No, he's got one of the highest base armors and the highest edgy and edgy gains in the game, so you strip all that with the ET. And this Liquid lineup is just, even if it weren't against a Terrorblade, just the combo alone and knowing that they can execute it with the vision provided by the Slark is absolutely terrifying.
They didn't have very many heroes left, I think, for S4 to really take control of this game. Queen of Pain's decent versus Slark, heavy burst, AoE damage. S4's got to go big here, him and Bulldog.
10 seconds remaining.
S4's got to like win his lane matchup, which he's at a disadvantage because Fada's going to have the last pick here. And then he's got to win that matchup and then actually head to top and free up some space for Beastmaster, get a kill on Slark, speed up that Necronomicon. There's so many things that have to happen for Alliance in this kind of draft.
Okay, so I slow down because I think I see what you're saying. What are your lanes right here, right now?
Mid Queen of Pain,
yeah,
Beastmaster, maybe off lane, maybe 4 position.
Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and safe lane, tri lane right now?
I mean,
as Alliance, it feels like such a.
I guess you probably abuse Phoenix and Elder Titan. I don't know. We'll see if Terrorblade aggro works for them with Shadow Demon.
The ledge ban is pretty important.
Yeah.
When you have Elder Titan, you need some sort of plus armor. They already banned out a Dazzle in first phase, and banning out the Lich, which they picked yesterday. Yeah. Terrorblade is just going to be dead meat.
They had TB Lich. They ran that yesterday.
Yes, they did.
I mean, this is really where I start to worry for Alliance, because you look at these lineups where individually all 5 of their players are excellent on the hero that they're going to be playing. But I'm not sure the lineup synergizes like it needs to beat this kind of combo-oriented lineup from Liquid.
Pro's like, do you want Viper? Do you want Viper to win the Queen of Pain matchup?
I think Invoker might be...
Invoker's pretty good.
He's kind of gone away from that recently, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they banned the DK, they banned the DP, so I guess you can go Alchemist. It feels really, really greedy.
Oh yeah, Alchemist is okay too.
No, I would actually love to see the Invoker just for the absolutely sick combos.
Oh man.
I think Viper
get the clap. Free Meteor.
Oh, I know. Look at how much setup you have for Invoker. He just rains chaos on everything.
I think Viper wins the matchup versus Quap, but it's really bad in the reflection with Terrorblade and
Yeah, I
Shadow
agree.
Demon
Yep.
Illusions. Is
The only reason I think...
Timbersaw. Oh my.
All right, well, that's another high ground defender.
This draft by Liquid. Oh my God.
All right, very quickly before we go to the commentary team, who's had a better draft, Ben?
I will definitely say Liquid.
Just sit back and watch the fireworks.
Alan's hyped already. Cap?
Liquid, but my boys Alliance are going to do it through
Okay,
the power of friendship and heart.
I was waiting for some sort of positive feel from Cap on the end after he's realised that the draft did not go necessarily
an A?
his way.
Alliance.
But he's sticking with him. It's all good. We'll hear more from our panel members, of course, at the end of our first game in this best of 3 series as we now head over to the commentary team. It's Bambo, Blitz, and Odie Pixel.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. We're getting ourselves ready for this series, Alliance versus Liquid. We've just seen the 2 drafts. You guys, I mean, to start with you, Bambo, what are you thinking going into this one? Are you happy with what Alliance has done?
I like Alliance draft. I think it's well-rounded. They have a good chance, yeah.
Would you agree, Blitz, or would you say the Liquid's got the upper hand this time?
I think Liquid has the upper hand. I think team fight-wise, it's going to be really easy for them, and I don't think they have enough control for the Slark going into the late game.
They just need to not get outplayed.
They just this was Bambo's like mantra. He's like, you can win any game as long as you outplay the enemy team. I was like, all right.
I mean, considering what Alliance have done here, I mean, interesting to see, obviously, with the Terrorblade, a hero that they've really been liking so far this tournament. Yesterday, I think it was picked 4 times. They won 3 of the 4 games. Here, they're bringing it back again. They're confident enough to pick it up as that second pick in a draft. I mean, surely if you're picking up a Terrorblade that early, you're leaving yourself very exposed to Liquid to kind of deal with it however they've wanted. And obviously, the turns out this time round with something like the Elder Titan that's going to be great against the high base armor of the Terrorblade. You know, just getting the aura around the TP and then allowing someone like the Slug to jump in. Surely that kind of wrecks the Terrorblade.
You would imagine the Stark jumping in and Quap goes ham.
I guess that, yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, if S4 can land those big sonic waves and S4 Quap, it certainly is that we certainly had a few POC champs over the games that we've seen him pick it up. I guess that's it. You can certainly see him maybe being able to play around the Slark, but at the same time, yeah, you might be bursting down the Slark, but I mean, other than the Slark, who else are you killing? I mean, it's a very hard lineup to burst down as a Queen of Pain, isn't it? Your Tide Hunters, there's the point where Timber gets to. I guess at least you don't really care about the reactive armor. I mean,
If he has a good game, like
Yeah.
if he gets a fast Orchid, I think he can do a lot this game.
Yeah,
like
I
this
think-
Phoenix, this Elder Titan, they're all like squishy. One
most-
jump, they're pretty much dead.
Most of this game, I think I agree with Bambo, comes down to the Queen of Pain and
Yep.
how much she can do, because she's the tempo creator for Alliance. Ake is going to make things happen in the early game. The Queen of Pain has to make things happen in the mid game. Jerry's got to go.
And his SD has to like have sick disruptions.
Yeah, I believe in EGM.
I mean, are you guys a fan of the Shadow Demon? This is something, again, that we're not seeing a lot of teams pick up. I mean, why have Alliance done it this game? Is it just a help for that inevitable kind of high ground siege with the extra illusions from the Terrorblade?
It's 14 seconds illusions.
Yes.
14 seconds. And imagine having Terrorblade with 14 seconds. Like, it's actually insane to the high grounds. You can literally spam it 2 seconds after it's gone again.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult to defend, but that does mean that Alliance have to be in an advantageous position if you're going to use it like that.
Yeah, but if you get there, it's like, they pretty much can get a Rex without having any contest.
Yeah, that's the scary part for me though, is how do you get through the team fight of Liquid? And the high ground defense from them is quite good too. The Timbersaw, I feel, is going to work pretty well this game, but I mean, I feel so conflicted about this.
Just more Weber gets a good start. He's gonna have a good game.
Top lane, Kuroki. Just taking down the ball around the sideline. Bulldog, he's got the backup of Ake. I mean, Ake on his Enchantress, obviously one of the heroes he's incredibly comfortable on, but it seems to be a hero that we've seen Alliance kind of brings the phrase sometimes and not always worked out in this current meta. I mean, how does Ake make the Enchantress work this game? Does he have to sit up top and help secure this lane for Bulldog, or can we expect to see him look for some early rotations towards mid and such?
I like his top rotation. Like, they have nothing to do against it. He can just send creeps on the Slark, and the Slark's gonna have a hard time last hitting. He's gonna miss at least like half the CS.
At the same time, don't you feel like he's not going to... I don't think he has kill potential up there, and
But
in
he
a lot
doesn't
of...
have to kill. That's the thing. You just have to like disrupt the lane.
Don't you feel like Beastmaster just... You could get free farm on Beastmaster by just going to the jungle with Iron Talon, right?
Yeah, but if you can disrupt the enemy carry, it's always better,
You think so?
in my opinion.
At the moment, Ake just warding back Jerax with the shockwave spam. Making sure that Jerax has a hard time getting anything done, trying to go for some kind of a pull. He's only going to catch a range creep, so, I mean, indeed, Ake is being incredibly disruptive in this lane up top. Towards the mid, the matchup between S4 and Fada. S4 linking himself away, keeping it safe. He's got a rune. And 13 for 3 against Fada's 10 for 1. I mean, is this lane blitz expected to be kind of a wash, or could we see someone coming out on top eventually here?
I think I played it in the past, and most of the time the Queen of Pain has a slight advantage. I think Bambo would agree there, just because it's almost impossible for the Queen of Pain to die, and she has some kill potential and high nuke damage. So there is some possibility for turnaround plays, but at the same time, both of them can just farm.
It's pure one-on-one. They're just gonna share.
Yeah, they're just... That's what we're seeing right now.
Go for me.
Mind control on his tide, halfway through level 2 at the moment. CS-wise, he's not really getting it as well, so he's certainly having a lot of a harder time on his own off lane compared to Bulldog. But obviously, Bulldog has had the backup of Ake, and Jerax is coming back up here once again. Ake keeping tabs on the whereabouts of the 2 supports of Liquid, making sure that the space is there for Bulldog, and the space is taken away from Matumbaman on the start. But regardless of the pressure that's being put on, Matumbaman still finding pretty good farm, 17 for 3. And looking back towards the bottom, one of the reasons why Mind Control is suffering in terms of XP is because Loda doing a lot of denying, 12 at the moment. And again, going for the aggression onto Mind Control. Mind Control going for the smart move, the TP out, and it's just in time. But as we can see, just a lot of pressure being put on the tide. It's not an easy lane here for Mind Control.
Didn't get the Iron Talent.
Yeah.
The OP talent.
This is something I wanted to ask you about Bambo at some point. You're playing off lane, you know you're against a dual lane. The mentality is, I know a lot of offlaners feel like they should do something, right, in the off lane?
It's because when you feel your own carry is getting pressured, you feel like you have to do the same thing. But most of the time it's the wrong mindset. Like this game, I don't think he should be there at all.
You think he should have just gotten Iron Talent from the get-go? Because he could be almost level 4 right now. And
he should be stacking the Ancient as well, so like, he could actually outfarm the Beast early.
I think that most of the time, Owen, it just comes down to this mentality thing where you feel like, okay, the enemy offlane's getting a lot, I should be getting a similar amount because I'm only against a dual lane, but at the same token, he hasn't slowed down Lotus farm at all. Like, his presence in the lane hasn't slowed down Lotus farm at all. And it's barely costing EGM anything.
Followers.
I mean, so overall, really, I guess the mid lane being the close one, but yeah, the fact that the side lanes kind of added together are going in favor of Alliance. I mean, when you look at Liquid's draft, is it a draft that can kind of pull through even though the tide is going to suffer in the earlier stages, or are you really relying on Mind Control to hit a good timing on that level 6?
I think their lineup is always going to be okay because they have things like the Phoenix CT. Those are really good comeback supports, but like Bambo says, I think Tide should have just gone for the Iron Talent. He's slowing down his game way too much, and I know the mindset of Mind Control. He thinks, okay, I should try to get something done here. I'm in a 1-on-2 matchup, but this is not a lane that you're going to contest easily.
Just coming across.
The only thing I'm going for them though is they have like a really stall lineup, so you can catch up easily.
S4, oh, S4! Just getting straight up outplayed there by Fada. Underestimating the burst of this Timber, and oh my goodness. He did just not even have the chance to think of blinking away there.
That is surprising.
It's unexpected.
That's a good way to put it. Like, that should not happen. The reason why the odds didn't even catch up to the end is because you normally just don't see that happen.
Yeah, uncharacteristic mess up there from S4 in the laning stage. He's now going to hit that level 6, so we'll see if he's able to play his way around it or look for a kill himself elsewhere. But yeah, Fada on the Timber still going to be very happy with that one. Grabs himself an Invis to bottle up as well. Let's see if he wants to do anything with that. Mind Control still just halfway through level 3, back over towards the top of Alliance. Bulldog, he's on to the level 5, and he is finding a considerable amount of farm as well. 25 for 4. He's pretty much on par with the mid laner S4, so a lot of space thanks to the presence of Ake. But I guess the question is really, I mean, Blitz, this kind of game, how does Ake keep himself relevant on the Enchantress and make sure that he doesn't fall behind?
I think you just start to contest into your own safe lane, take down the tower, just get active around the map, and Mind Control's baiting right now.
Yeah, Fada with the Invis rune looking to get in position, a huge amount of burst.
Before anything happens.
Mind Control, he's certainly baiting, but he could be in trouble here. Okay, he's got the backup. They're going to be able to come in and punish EGM. Going to get themselves anything else. Mind Control still alive. Looks like Loda will be able to survive it. So it is just catching out the Shadow Demon there. The bait was successful, but Mind Control has got to take that long walk back to base. So still the progression of this tide being slowed down.
Loda kind of missed micro there. He blocked himself with Illusion.
I mean, it looked incredibly close. One more touch indeed from the main man with the Metamorphosis would have pushed him over the edge. So you're going to see a smoke up now from Kuroki and Jerax as they'll head towards potentially the top, maybe to try and catch Ake off guard. They're going to come in from the riverside. See how they are going to wrap around onto this one. It's going to be hard to catch Ake out of position at the where he's standing at the moment. They'll use the scan. They know that Ake's up there immediately as well. Radiant scanning behind their tier 1 just in case there was going to be a wraparound.
They can execute right now.
No, he's coming far out. Bulldog, he's got to be careful. Has got level 6, so he has got a roar to disable one of them if he needs to get himself out safely. And he'll start to back off. The Stomp coming through will catch him, allowing Matuma to close the gap. He's already used the pounce though, so no control to lock Bulldog in place. And it's a fair play by Liquid. Now the turnaround. Roar onto Kuroki. S4's turned up as well. Sonic Wave flies through. And S4 taking down a second as he ended up finishing up the one on the sidelines as well. Great rotation there from Alliance, and just a bit of a failed smoke there from this. They tried to catch out the Beastmaster Blitz, but it doesn't end up going to plan.
That just felt a little bit too awkward from Liquid. Like they were trying to force something that wasn't really there. And now that the Timber Stock comes in, they don't have any disable for S4. He should not go down in this situation. Does use the majority of his mana, but does manage to get out, and Liquid just have to be a little bit less over-eager.
And bottom lane, mind control, and potentially a lot of trouble as well. The Stomp might just save him.
Catches everything.
It's a good job that Kuroki turned up. Making sure the mind control doesn't go down, and in fact, they might be able to turn this round into a kill. Again, the reactions from Timbersaw, Fana making sure he's in the right place at the right time. Take down a kill onto EGM, but I mean, overall, Bama, it's a bit of a messy first 9 minutes. Do you feel there's a team that this is clearly favoring?
I think this favors Alliance by a lot. Like they're wasting a lot of time on Liquid heroes for like counter ganks, or like at top, the bounce, he just bounced away, and they went in right away when he went bounce on cooldown. So that did like nothing for them. It's like they have some miscommunications.
Bottom lane, EGM returning to help out Loda. Kuroki did hop him back with the sleep. Fada playing around as well, but EGM contains him in the disruption. And they'll just back away here, Loda and EGM. They don't really have too much killing potential themselves with that metamorphosis on cooldown for Loda.
Dire's middle tower
Liquid
is
back
under
up.
attack.
I mean, this is at the same time has given Pepper the space around the mid. S4 and Ake trying to make something happen with this as they'll move into the jungle. Actually, just going to take away this small stack from the side of Liquid.
Stay back for the other side.
I mean, can S4 and Ake get a kill with this? This is the question. They've got 25 seconds, they'll have Sonic Wave back up. But at the moment, it's just, I mean, it's just a single stacks, but it's 2 of them. So managing to shut down the economy a little bit of Liquid. And this is good news for Alliance. Matuma Man will now come across. Will realize that the damage has already been done. And S4 will be able to walk himself away. Ake as well. Maybe in a spot of bother if Fada comes to cut him off, but he's a little bit too late. Doesn't know that Ake's there. And Ake and S4 getting away with quite a profitable visit there into Liquid's jungle.
Yeah, nothing really gets slowed down as a result of that rotation for them. They didn't really go for a failed gank. They've got that ward up. They've got vision into the jungle now. It makes it harder for Liquid to get around the map. And like Bambo said, these 3 cores are doing so well for themselves already.
Bottom lane, making it go on to Kuroki. Loda turning up as well. Loda jukes out the Stomp. Kuroki in potential trouble, and he's taken down. Matuma Man turning up, will find the kill onto EGM. He can't follow through for a second though. At the same time, it's top lane. Fana makes the plays happen with the help of Jerax. And he'll punish Bulldog on the Beastmaster. So overall a 2-for-1 across the map. S1 Ake still sticking together in the mid, holding hands, pushing down on the tier 1. But Liquid's starting to take the favorable trades. Mind Control has now hit his level 6 to Ravage at the ready. And it's going to make the journey over towards the mid lane at the same time. Fast is coming back over. The Kuroki's making his way down the middle. This will force Alliance to be a little bit wary of sticking around for this push, even though they've now added in a third. And they'll just play it safe now, respecting the potential of a nice Ravage to set up a really good fight for Liquid.
And Liquid should be able to defend like every tower
attack.
until they use any ultis. It's actually really hard for Alliance to fight them right now.
I think my biggest concern right now, though, is just this Tidehunter. This is a 2,000 net worth Tidehunter. I know a lot of people look at Tide as just like a Ravage plus, but I think that's the wrong way to look at the hero. I think this hero scales pretty well. He enables your other 2 cores. Like if you have 2 matching cores against the enemy cores, Tidehunter will always win you that matchup, and right now that just isn't happening.
As a Tide as well, you have to like go in and bait spells. But if you have no network at all, it doesn't have that.
S4 gets caught out by the sleep, and well, Mind Control, no holding back without Ravage. And immediately blowing it at the same time. Matuma Man going in onto Loda. They've got the Sunray as well, bringing Loda down low. And actually, the Sunray kills him. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised, because Sunray is a decent spell. Liquid making the most of this. They're actually going to be able to find themselves a third, and certainly Alliance being just outplayed and caught out of position by Liquid. I mean, that's Sunray getting that kill on Loader and then just allowing Matsumaman to follow through, get himself involved in all 3 of those kills.
He actually skilled no Thunder though. That's super greedy.
Yeah, he could have used it on his Shadow Demon. There were options out of that one. Didn't Jerry actually have...
Yeah, but he assumed that he would survive or something. It's like,
Sunray.
no matter what happens there, he was gonna die.
S4 jumps in. He's got the burst spring Matsumaman, does have a Sonic Wave and he'll pop it. Great recovery kill from Alliance. The question is, can they find themselves anything else? Bulldog has a Roar, just needs to get himself in range. In fact, S4 might even be able to pick up Croaky on his own. The 1 charges aren't going to save him. 1 more right click and S4's done it. Double kill. Mind Control still being chased down. Okay, can't quite get in for the initial stun, but in fact he does need S4, making so much happen here with this double damage rune, and now Mind Control caught out as well. Bulldog shouting into the ears of the dead. A 3rd kill for Alliance very quickly after Liquid took a good 3 kills themselves. And I mean, what happened there? Was that just Liquid hanging around too long, or just the S4 DD catching them off guard?
The Slark got caught in a bad position, and like it kind of forced the rest of Liquid to connect to him.
There's almost no way that they were going to make it past there, and he didn't have his ultimate either, right? The Slark, he used it.
I don't think so.
He used it when he was trying to kill the TV, so he goes way far back going, where his team really can't help him out. But they try to commit anyways, and after that, the Queen of Pain had a free time. The one downside of Liquid's lineup is they don't have any reliable disables, which is why it's a little bit surprising that they've killed S4 as many times as they have.
I mean, talking about S4 as well, the way that he's been playing it, he's 4-2-1, he's been getting himself those kills. And Bamba, this is the item timing you're talking about. He's going to have a pretty good timing on the Orchid. And as you said, this is going to do wonders against Liquid's lineup.
Yes, I feel like if he gets his Orchid in the next like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, he can like literally control the entire game. And if Alliance just pay off that and get towers with that, they should be able to push high ground quite soon.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I'd
under
really
attack.
like to see this Mind Control Tide just pick himself up. He has some ancient stacks to go back to, and I think this is the right idea. But instead, they're going to look for a fight around the Ravage, and
Radiant's bottom tower
this is pretty
under
crucial.
attack.
That he needs to make this happen, because he's a level 7 Tide with just a Buckler at 15 minutes, and he's not going to have nearly the same amount of impact as this Beastmaster potentially could.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane, S4 getting more gold into the bank as he looks to take himself a tier 1. There will be a reaction from Liquid. They are indeed sending the smoke wrap around up here as well. Loader joining the forces of EGM and S4. See if they get caught out though. Looking for the wrap around. EGM actually catching the bird mid-dive, holding Jerex back. Mindco trying to get in position for the Ravage, pops it, does catch 2 on the tip. The question is, can they follow through? Nice sleep stomp onto Loader, but he gets the stun drop and now he backs off the Sonic Wave from S4. Now he's going to walk it off. They did blink into position for this and they will punish that. So Liquid find the kill onto the Quam. The rest of Alliance get away. But nonetheless, a kill for Liquid onto the S4 Queen of Pain that was slowly starting to get out of control. Did manage to buy up his 2nd Oblivion staff.
That was a classic S4 blink, blink into 5 arrows.
I mean, it was an impressive Sonic Wave, but yeah, not getting any of the kills. Not quite what they needed in EGM. Actually just hiding up here. Oh, is he going to find the courier?
Radiant's
You're going to find him.
Actually, that's true. All right.
Oh, they know now.
He's been rumbled. He has got a TP ready, and Jerex no way of stopping it. So EGM, he gets himself out. He gets himself out. Classic Jerry there, Bamba.
Hey, Jerry, my boy.
Makes it happen. This game is sloppier than it needs to be for Alliance. After seeing the mid-game, Alliance did a really good job of setting themselves up post-laning phase to take over this game. And like Bambo said, at that point, if you've got any sort of lead, you can just dominate, but...
Oh, what's up, man?
I think they're allowed to make a couple mistakes, though.
Bit of a mess up there.
Forgiving lineup.
You think so?
Way more forgiving than Team Liquid.
Liquid in general just tend to not pick very forgiving strategies. I think Crow's mentality is always going to be favoring high execution where it matters, even though it seems a little bit risky.
Like if Alliance gets one good fight, they can kill your entire base.
Yeah, that's always going to be the danger. Whereas Alliance, if you look at Team Liquid's lineup, they don't have...
Yeah, they don't really have any objective-taking heroes.
Yeah, they can't Roshan very easily, they can't take towers very easily. It's just a straight-up team fight and get kills. Alliance can do a good job of just denying them around the map. Even if they get these one-off pickoffs, it doesn't mean too much to Alliance, like Bambo said. Whereas Alliance's lineup is so punishing.
And Mind Control now cleaning up these stacks. And this is going to now give him pretty much the goal to finish off his mechanism. So something else that Liquid are going to be able to offer to these five-man fights. But as we say that, indeed, S4 now with the Orchid complete, and immediately they want to do something big with it. They want to catch someone off with the Orchid reveal. S4 and Ake smoking up, and they make the movement into the jungle. They've got vision onto Kuroki, and with this nice deep warding that they've managed to achieve over Liquid's half of the map. Let's see who S4 is able to catch out. Kuroki returning over to join the rest of his friends. And it looks like off the back of that, S4 and Ake unlikely to find anything straight away with this smoke. Liquid putting some pressure in on the mid. S4 and Ake looking to catch out the fight from behind, but it's the full 5-man of Liquid.
Yeah, that illusion did so much more.
Already begins.
It already begins. They were hard to kill too. Do you notice the Timber use combo?
It's actually so disgusting, that combo.
You see now that the Liquid may be reacting to the push of Bulldog. But at the same time, a little bit worried that S1 Ake are still off the map. Kuroki coming around. It's Matumba Man leading the way with the Shadow Blade. Might catch S4, but obviously himself not enough lockdown to dispatch the Quap need to +1. And Alliance, S4's actually got eyes onto Matumba Man. But seeing the presence of Fight, I realize he can't jump into that one. And Alliance will simply get themselves away from this lane. And meanwhile, of course, Loda has been continuing to jungle up and is sitting at the top of the net worth board. 9.3k gold on this Terrorblade compared to the 7k of Matumba Man. And this slug's starting to fall behind.
I still think the biggest story is his Tidehunter with 4.4k. There's no way that's good.
Look how quickly he just pushes out the lane right now. And it's really hard because Liquid don't want to commit having heroes on the map. Remember in the VP game against Na'Vi, wherever they had to show the Tidehunter, then Na'Vi knew that VP wasn't ready to fight. It's a similar situation here because you're showing your Tidehunter to push out the lanes. They're going to have to get something going with the Slark soon, but he doesn't really have burst potential, and it's not easy for him to kill anybody on the enemy team. Like, EGM can always just disrupt himself.
Oh, he's already used the disruption, so Matumba Man actually got a bit of a free pass to try for a kill, and indeed jumps in onto EGM. EGM popping the one charges, he's going to try for the TP out. EGM! Oh, he makes it! Oh my goodness! Absolutely just denying Matumba Man the chance to find these kills that he's absolutely hungry for with his Shadow Blade. I mean, EGM, boys.
Now they have to send the Tide again, and it slows down whatever progression that they had, because Alliance knows.
This Slark's actually wasting so much time just trying to find kills. And it hurts him so much. He already
supposed to do, though.
They could just keep farming until your Tide like gets a blink or something.
So now, eyes onto S4. He's going to blink himself out. Immediate TP and nothing that they could do about that one. Mind Control not close enough to think about using the Ravage to cancel it. This game, I mean, the pace that it's taken, I mean, Bambo, it seems to be favoring the lineup of Alliance because they constantly have Loda getting this insane amount of farm on the Terrorblade.
Pretty much, like, I feel like Liquid, they have like nothing to engage, they have like nothing to jump in for now.
Dire's middle tower is under
and they can't
attack.
really fight Alliance when they see them coming.
Tower is under attack.
So they got pretty much nothing to do.
They do have a lot of different team fight though, and there's still ways for them to get into this game. The big issue though is, again, Tidehunter's just 800 net worth above an Enchantress that was mainly supporting. And that's why you're seeing so much of a dedicated effort to just get him farm right now, because that's what you have to do in a game like this. You just get your Tide farm. And Slark's trying to make something happen around the map so Alliance keep on their toes, but it's not real pressure. You saw how much he struggled to kill a Shadow Demon. How is he going to ever kill a Terrorblade? Up, but at bottom.
Yeah, with some backup, he's got a good chance in front of this early bots pickup working Gronda's room. I say that to Loda, turns around with Thunder into the Sonic Wave. They'll burst down Matumba Man. They will end up losing Loda in return, but S4 blinks out, TPs away. So again, it's Liquid. They do try for a 3-man gank. They get the kill, but they lose the Slark in the process. I mean, is that worth it for Liquid?
They commit 5 heroes.
Yeah.
While the Beastmaster, the Eng, just farming.
Radiant's middle
There's no way
tower
this
is
worth it.
under attack.
This all comes back just to the Tide. Like, he has no mobility, he has no engage.
Yeah. If they had some way to force a fight, they could even just... If he had an earlier mech, for example, the best part of Tide is that you can just run down lanes, but MC's had a rough game so far, and Beastmaster's game plan is a lot easier. You just stick in this top area, Owen, and you never leave it.
Yeah.
You can push in whenever you see Liquid go off the map. If Liquid decide to engage just high bottom, then you split push with your Blink Dagger and your Necro Book.
I mean, as you guys pointed out, just the farm at Bulldog, absolutely unparalleled to the Matumba Man Slark. That's not got to be a good sign at all. Matumba Man, again, desperately looking for action with the Shadow Blade, but 3 heroes in Alliance. May want to try for Ake. Here we go, jumping in. Ake gets the heal off, and the burst is just not enough, but with the Sunray coming through, mind controls there as well, they might have to blow the Ravage if they want this kill. It's taking them some time. One more touch. Oh, there we have it. They will finally get it, but we're seeing just how much work it's taking Liquid to get these simple kills. Again, 5 heroes coming in for an Enchantress.
Middle tower has been denied.
Yeah, like Bambo says, you have to commit the entire team every time you're going to make one of those maneuvers around the map. And you might lose one hero here or there, but you're going to open up the other side of the map for the rest of the heroes in the game. And we're seeing that right now as Matumba Man is starting to pick up a little bit of farm during this time period, but still not in the best position. As the 3 cores from Alliance, that's the big thing here, that all 3 of the cores are keeping up. I think Liquid, though, Bambo, are approaching a point where they can fight. They have level 2 egg. The Timber Saw is massive.
But they have to, like, somehow force the fight. That's the problem. There's no way they can force the fight. Alliance is just going to keep dodging, keep ratting.
And Bulldog with the blink, the level 2 Necro. 1,300 gold as well. And there we have, so just finishing off the level 3 Necro. So Blink level 3 Necro. I mean, he himself, if he gets a jump on someone, he'll certainly kill some of these squishier heroes on Liquid.
That's the solo kill on anybody except maybe the Timber. Yeah. If you have the boars up, you can burn through the mana of the Tidehunter pretty quickly.
Let's see what Alliance can achieve here. S4 has the Sonic Wave at the ready.
I feel like Alliance is playing way too safe though. They could have done a lot more with their lead.
What would you like to see them do?
I would like to see them like abuse the SD. They can even just push towers without committing at all.
Timberman coming around here with the Shadow Blade. Fudder's already started his movement onto EGM. Positive Demonic Purge onto the Timber. But here we have Timberman trying to go for it. Good amount of damage duked out by the Disruption, but Fudder no messing around, jumps in, bursts down the Shadow Demon. At the same time, Alliance looking to put pressure up top, but the TP reactions coming in from Liquid will stop the push. So Liquid getting away with a kill this time and not having to commit too much to that one. Still able to find action elsewhere on the map. S4, it's got an Invis though, looking for Jerax. Might need to use the Sonic Wave for this one. Now looks like the Rocket is going to be enough, and there we have it with the Soul Burn damage. They'll take down the Phoenix. S4 now sitting on 3k gold on top of his Ogre Club. And Orchid, I guess, is he going for a BKB here?
He should. That way he can just blink in on the tide. So
there's like the 2 or 3, the 2 or 3 times that he went in, he just got counter-initiated on by the ET, gets blown up. They have more than enough burst damage to kill him before BKB. Like Bambo says, S4 does like to play pretty risky with the blinks.
And it looks as well that I mean, with the Ogre Club picked up by Loda, do you think he's feeling forced to build a BKB himself as well on the Terrorblade because of Liquid's lineup?
It is really good this game.
Yeah.
Like for all of them. Like with BKBs, Liquid, they basically have like no damage except for the Slark. So they basically have 10 seconds of free range.
I'm actually going to try for a bit of action onto Bulldog. Bulldog in a bit of trouble here. Loda hasn't got the mana to offer up his life for Sun. In fact, Matumba Man having to back up, unable to commit fully and get the kill, and Bulldog lives. Gets himself out of there. And Liquid unable to find anything at that place at the meantime. S4 putting the pressure on top. There'll be a reaction as far as Jerax move in. I guess this is
always gains more.
Yeah, it's
whatever Liquid does.
And this is something as well. I mean, catching out S4, they don't really have a huge amount of lockdown, do they, Liquid, to deal with this Queen of Pain, other than committing a Ravage or timing a Stomp run.
I still think things are okay for either team. Like, this game isn't even close to being determined yet, just because there's a lot that can happen. As a bottom, Ake's going to go down. And finally, a successful pickoff for Matumba Man.
Yeah, this is good news for Matumba. The fact that he can get away with solo kills light down the engine. The Dex can save himself at the same time. Looking for the top and hit there. Oh, nice Bloodstone deny. Very nice indeed, making sure that that Golden XP goes the way of these two. And to commit the Sonic Wave there from S4. So, I mean, as you said, there's certainly good points here for Liquid. And indeed, if you look at the draft, they have got ways of dealing with a farm Terrorblade. That's for sure, isn't it, Blitz?
I mean, as soon as he grabs Ags, Octarine, anything like that. At some point, I think the discussion was Dagon 5, right?
And top lane, mind control. Here with the blink reveal, jumps into S4, but can't quite finish it off. Relying on Fada to chase this down. Good silence, holding back the Timber. S4 blinks away, TP's out. Ooh, they're not gonna find it. Oh, Kuroki as well, throwing out the Earth Splitter, nearly finding, but S4 just too slippery. And an unsuccessful blink reveal and use of the Ravage. Same time though, mid lane, Matuma Man really starting to pick up the pace on this Slark. He's just found himself a second solo pickoff, so things are looking up on the Slark front. But
it is Beastmaster didn't die. I feel like Alliance should have pushed. Yeah. Could have took on objectives. Like he's such a bad dead.
And up top as well, Liquid find themselves another EGM caught out. And Liquid now starting to climb ahead of Alliance. It's incredibly even, as we saw. Alliance had a slightly 3k now. It's gone back down to pretty much bare bones. But yeah, Matuma Man, he's got to be very happy that he's been able to find these kills. He's now got a Basher on top of the Shadow Blade and the Echo Saber, and I guess at this point he can continue to go for that kind of play style. And so, as we're seeing, if you're taking down a Beastmaster on your own, you can certainly kill off the SC or the Enchantress or even the Quap if you catch a kind of post-blink. Matuma Man can kill them.
For sure. But Alliance is playing way too passive. There's no way they should like just leave Liquid, do whatever they want.
Yeah, I think I saw what you meant, Babo. You wanted them to just farm out once they get the core items that you can start to take fights, but Alliance were just getting picked off around the map. Like you lose 1 or 2 heroes on the opposite side of the map because they have to commit 5, but losing heroes like this is the worst possible thing, and they might just run into a trap.
Oh, indeed, S4 coming up here. Jump in, Sonic Wave in 5 seconds. BKB's popped immediately. They're looking to beat down onto the Titans, but mind control for the moment, walking this off. Max popped and he's going to live. At the same time, Matuma Man jumping in for the backside, looking for EGM. The Sonic Wave flash through S4. They'll burst down Fada, looking for the metal horse, punching into mind control, but they don't have enough damage to kill off the Tidehunter. Matuma Man is silent still. Can they kill him? They can. Double kill for S4. Great play here from the Quap, securing this team fight for Alliance. And Liquid will just have to get the rest of them out of there. But taking down 2, Roshan's up. Alliance will make a movement straight into there. I mean, there's a good play in the back Alliance for Matuma Man to get a pick off, but great reaction from S4, hitting the Sonic Wave and landing that Orchid onto Matuma Man, so he had no hopes of getting home alive.
That's what I mean. Like, they have the BKBs. They can literally just run over Liquid. They can't do anything until run out.
Same thing, they're not done. They've jumped in. They've found mind control. Ake with the micro. Bring the Centaur around. One more touch. All the mechs there. Keeping mind control alive. And they finish this one off. S4 a little bit short on the blink. And now she's stuck in the trees. Fada, he's looking to burst these boys down. He's found one. S4 blinking down again. Fada, can he find this? Chakram? They've got him. Fada's doing it here, bringing it back round for Liquid. A second kill for the Timbersaw. Very nicely played there.
There was no need to make that play. They could have just gone for the Roshan. 0 chance that Liquid are going to contest it without their Slark. Then they disengage, get out. But it's these side missions. It's saying, okay, well, we're going to get this Roshan anyways, so while you guys do that, we're going to commit to these kills, and then it just becomes a disaster.
Alliance would have their eyes on the prize.
Yeah. They're only thinking of these mini pickoffs, but those pickoffs don't really change the impact of the game, Owen. Like, if they kill the Tidehunter there, the game doesn't really change. But getting the Aegis right there in that situation, Liquid can't fight them anymore.
But look at this. Because of that bad mistake, Liquid, they're going to get Roshan themselves. This is huge. I mean, the double damage obviously helping out, but Alliance not in the area to do anything about this. And I mean, as we can see, their overall net worth is still close, but the momentum suddenly, it's definitely going the way of Liquid's now.
I mean, all it takes is 1 or 2 fights like that where you were so careful. Alliance was so careful throughout this entire game. They were losing like 1 hero every 2 minutes, and then they started just losing heroes left and right. Then they win a team fight, just immediately going for the Roshan, play it safe, but instead they decide to take a side mission, go for a kill on a Tidehunter, lose the Aegis instead.
Well, it's kind of understandable though. If you win a team fight, you kind of get hyped. You just want to go on. You want to get more.
Yeah, you see a potential kill, you try and go for it. But Iams can continue to come out now for the side of Liquid. This favourable play. They've got Maelstrom on its way out to Matuma Man. No slot for it at the moment though. Actually, no, sorry, yeah, okay, he's traded out, so he puts it up. No TP on him at this point. Top lane, S4, found in the tree line. Immediately blinking and TPing himself away. And Fada, of course, with the blink dagger. So this is something that I guess this is great against the Quab. S4 blinks away. If he hasn't got a TP, Fada can still close the gap and burst him down relatively easily.
Interestingly enough, Matuma Man decides to go for the Maelstrom, by the way.
Yeah.
just additional attack speed.
Pretty good for the illusions as well.
Yeah. You're never going to get something like a Battle Fury on the Slark.
I'll take that.
Oh, what an odd situation. Alliance before the Aegis, I think they could have just started sieging towers like Mamba wanted to see with the Shadow Demon and the Terrorblade. But now they're in a position where they pretty much have to wait out the Aegis. You don't want to fight into the Aegis.
I don't think they have to though. I think they can still easily force a fight. They get one good pickup with the Beastmaster. They just need to abuse the Hawk. But they don't want to do anything for some reason.
And Timberman. He's got an invis running there. This is going to be really nice to potentially set up a kill. Longer duration of invis. And he's going to spot out Loader. EGM as well, in fact, pouncing pretty early here. And EGM will be able to contain him with the disruptions. Timberman, with this follow through Shadowblade, he still wants to try and go for this kill, and he will. He will indeed get it. Now he's got to get himself out on the retreat. Out the back of the Jax. He should have no problem with that at all. Also, Kuroki in the neighborhood.
Dire structures.
Another kill for Timberman. Top lane. S4 blinking himself away from Fada. He's going to go for the chase here. Going to play around S4, able to catch him. S4 ready to turn around, just toying with the Timber. And as the rest of Liquid continue with this push down mid lane. But Timberman, at the moment 7-3-4, he's really picked up the performance this game, and he's looking to be in a very, very good place indeed. And it's just a question of how are Alliance going to deal with the point where the Liquid start to push down these lanes and start to try and break the high ground.
But they can barely break the high ground. They have like no damage at all. It's gonna take ages. And while that happens, they're gonna spam them down. Yeah. They need to win a team fight to break the high ground.
They did use the 4 right there, which might make getting that tier 2 tower at bottom a reality, but at the same time, the Queen of Pain is inevitably gonna take this top tier 2. And that's gonna open up the map a little bit for a split push for both the Queen of Pain and the Beastmaster, but not sure. This game is still a little bit wonky.
Is under attack.
Like, you still need the AC on S4, which is what I presume he's going to go for. That's almost always his build, right? On Queen of Pain.
Or AC or Shiva.
Yeah, I think he prefers the AC. I almost always see him go Orchid, BKB, AC, just to make absolute sure that he can't really die. At the same time, might lack for damage. A lot of this game is now going to come down to how much this Terrorblade can do.
Loader at the moment, sitting on 2.6k, but as we've seen, Timberman's really closed the gap between them with regards to network. Only 1k behind this Terrorblade now, towards the top. S4 eyes onto Kuroki, and the full team of Alliance moving in, so let's see if Fada's going to be enough to save him. Comes in, looking for the burst on the back line. S4 pops the BKB, raw to control Fada. They'll take down one. Now with the Orchid, they might be able to find the Timbersaw as well, Alliance. Very nice play there. It'll be a Bloodstone deny, but nonetheless forcing the Timbersaw into his grave. Alliance find the picks, and looking like they'll just back off straight away. At least Loader, TPing out. They don't want to stick around. Now where the Timberman may be coming in, trying to find some of the people that have been left behind, but Alliance, they move back as a team. Everyone's gone out. Now Timberman won't be able to find anything this time.
They should be keeping make moves like this. Just abuse the Hawk, find a solo hero, and force like the Timber in a bad position.
Yeah, Timber is not the godlike hero that he thinks he is right now. I think Fada with the Shivas feels really comfortable, but Alliance have so much magic damage that they can burst him down really quickly with that Orchid. He doesn't have any way to dispel that, and they're doing a good job of taking advantage of him right now, but could have happened a little bit sooner. Now the Aegis is gone though, opening up more opportunities for Alliance to make moves like that and not have to commit to straight up 5v5s. It is the AC, by the way, for S4. I like this build. It turns it more into a core. It helps out your overall team fight.
Yeah, I like when clubs start getting DPS.
Yeah. Bloodthorn's going to be really useful this game too for him. Just because it seems like Liquid are reluctant to grab BKBs of their own.
They're still playing so scared though. There's no reason at all to be scared.
Yeah.
Oh, Timberman, the Shadowblade, he's going to find out S4. He's going to try for just get a bit of damage down on him, but not enough lockdown to deal with a crop on his own. Getting into position. Meanwhile on the bottom lane, Kuroki and Fada just pushing out the lane. That's still a good 6 minutes or so before Roshan is back up. But I mean, at this point, as you said, Bambo, it definitely feels like Alliance playing very scared, and Liquid, they're taking advantage of this, as we can see the full 5-man of Liquid just feeling very confident to come over Alliance's side of the map at this point.
Yeah, I don't feel like people want to be allowed to just run around like that. He should be picked up at least once.
Yeah, he's playing with impunity right now, and
it's like he doesn't care at all.
In the beginning, they were punishing him. Like, they were setting up opportunities, but now Liquid are picking up quite a bit of items. They've got the Hex available on the Timber Saw, which is going to be really useful just because they do lack lockdown, aside from the Tide Ravage. They need some way to commit after. This game's still kind of even, though. Like, either side can win. It really just depends on who starts the fight.
Oh, mind control, jumping in. EGM with the defensive disruption by himself sometime, but it'll still go down. Now Liquid, the full fight down. At the same time, Alliance, they're looking to not react at the moment.
You can't base race
straight
this.
away for the push here. Loda has Metamorphosis available. Liquid, they need to respond to this. TP starting to come in. Loda gets to commit the Metamorphosis. Now he will. Mind control jumping in, but Loda plus the BKB. He's ignoring these heroes. He's just hitting onto the racks on the bottom of the side. They'll lose Bulldog though. Matuma Man punching in onto S4. He gets the blink off just in time. Rest of them on the way out, and now S4 gets caught out by Fada. A second kill for Liquid on the defense. They will lose the tier 3, but finding 2 cores. Liquid will be very happy with the way that they dealt with that.
They forced the BKB as well onto Loda. I think this is going to mean Liquid just decided to go for the push. They've already started to circle around. They've got the Phoenix Egg and the Tide Ravage. I don't think either of those spells were committed. They know that the BKB's down, the Queen of Pain's dead. This is going to be one of the better opportunities that they have to just push in uncontested.
Talking about being pushed in, Kuroki shoves Matuma Man into the face of Ake. And another kill for this slot. Matuma Man, he has had an incredible game after a start where we constantly saw him struggling to find the kills. Now he's become an insane powerhouse. And now it's Liquid, the ones to start to knock on the doors of Alliance. Alliance still with 3 dead. Terrorblade, Loda has got that Skadi complete. Liquid's showing a lot of strength, but look at this, jumping straight in, Fada with the Hex, another kill, and Liquid at this point, they're just playing the better game of Dota 2 here, Bambo.
They're not playing Alliance by far. I feel like Alliance is making all the wrong calls.
Yeah. I think this is often Alliance's weakness, is they can get these leads, Owen. They can build these kinds of tempo games, but then it feels like they just get a little bit too lost. Like they don't want to take any risks whatsoever.
Top.
They always play the safe game.
Onto Fada, Loda and Amber Bulldog starting to lay down the damage on Mind Control. Comes in with the Ravage, and Fada turning in with the Chakra, the Timber away. He'll take down Bulldog. Loda has to pop the BKB and go for the TP out once again. And meanwhile, down at the bottom, Matuma Man, he's taking your melee racks, and what are you going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. He's got a Shadow Dance if he needs to. He's actually going to use it to get himself out. No, he surely wants to go back in and finish that one off. I guess he's playing it safe. A little bit unfortunate. Yeah, he wants to get that. You got to get that melee racks. Actually, he wants to get the kill. Turns to S4, nearly gets it. Lots of sword, will remove the silence. S4 hexed up, and Fada gets the kill. They'll burst down a third. Liquid absolutely destroying Alliance at this point, as Loda, he's going down as well. This may have felt like a slow start by Liquid, but at this point, we're just seeing the kind of matchup that we'd expect from a team to come second at the major compared to a team that fell in the 9th to 12th position. This is just a total outplay from Liquid.
The weird thing is, I agreed with Membo. I think Alliance had a lot of different openings. It all started with, especially that move at bottom. If they hadn't gone for the kills, I feel like you get the Aegis on the side of Loda, it becomes nigh impossible for Liquid to engage a fight. You're never going to be able to fight a Terrorblade that has a Shadow Demon behind him, BKB, and an Aegis. Like that's, you have to commit a Ravage for that, but after that fight happens, Fada picks up a bunch of items. Matsu finds 1 or 2 pickoffs using that Aegis.
Loda pops the BKB there, trying their best to hold here, Alliance. Focus onto Fada, getting himself away. Bulldog has got the roll, will use it. They will find the kill onto the Timber Saw. Alliance get anything else though. Looks like Liquid quick to retreat. The tier 4s have been taken down. The main Ancient exposed. Alliance with their backs against the wall. I mean, how do they pull back from a position like this, Blitz?
There's no more split push. You just have to take a fight. Hope it goes well. The good news for them is that they can still push incredibly fast with Terrorblade and Shadow Demon, like we've been saying throughout this entire time. The problem now is their timing window is narrowed down like crazy. You've got a lot of different items.
Oh, and YOLO move.
Yeah.
And hope you win a fight somehow.
mean, I guess kind of just the whole feel of this game is shown by the fact that you look at mind control now, and obviously ahead of Bulldog, he's slowly managed to have this recovery. He's now got the refresher all done as well on the Tidehunter. Slow and steady seeming to be winning the race here really for Liquid.
Yeah, most importantly about his 0-2 is he's been really patient with the Ravages. Even though Alliance have BKBs, the main thing is you have to wait it out. And now the Aegis is available. Alliance kind of forced into this situation. Do you go for the defense? Do you decide to all in? Because Liquid have so much map control on you now.
Axe picked up as well on Phoenix. I see. This is when you know the game's going good.
That's I like never see that. I don't. Is it any good this game, Bambo?
Nah, I want to stay here really.
Yeah.
It's like if someone gets caught off in a weird place.
Team getting caught off in a weird place. Alliance in Liquid's jungle. Liquid ready to respond. Matuma jumps in, unable to get the Abyssal Blade onto S4. Immediate blink out, and now EGM just looking to control the Slark, try and buy the space for the rest of his teammates to get away. He'll have to give up his own life for it. EGM beaten to a pulp. S4 out in the tree line as well. Bulldog still hanging around, but S4 jumping back in, but Matuma pops the BKB, walks it off. The least forcing out a BKB charge, but Alliance, they certainly need a bit more than that. In fact, Matuma coming back round. He's going to see Bulldog, and he's going to go in for the kill. Jumps immediately in. No escape for the dog. And at the same time, yeah, Kuroki being focused down by S4. S4 jumps in, but immediately the Hex catching the Quab out of position. The sleep into the split. S4 pops the BKB, will get the blink off. Alliance trying to move in with Loader. They got the control for Fardano. Gets the Timber Chain out. Meanwhile in the river, S4 jumping across. Looking to cut off Kuroki. The Sonic Wave. Just getting the clip on to Kuroki. They will take down the Elder Titan as well as the Tide. So Alliance managing to do a little bit of damage to Liquid's lineup, but still, these kind of caused the Timber Saw and the Slark, which kind of looking to be borderline unkillable at this stage.
Yeah, things don't get easier with the Phoenix Egg. Ag's ultimate either, and EGM looks like he's going to be another pickoff for Matuma as he moves forward. This should be very quick and easy for them.
And 13 deaths on the Shadow Demon, unlucky for some. Certainly for Alliance this game. S4 has got the Bloodthorn done. As we're seeing, this is a time that the Slarky's got his BKB already.
I think they just get Aegis and they can end the game pretty much.
See how the Liquid want to go. And indeed, it looks like going to play relatively safely. Coming across here, but this is always spotted out by the Ward of Alliance. They know Matuma in the neighborhood. And the line's been drawn here by Kuroki. Just sort of find they want to just play it safe, shut down the final tier 2, take the final set of racks. No need to YOLO it too hard and go in for the all-in push on the Ancient, because I mean it's kind of saying it lightly, but you know, Liquid, they're in a very comfortable position, Blitz.
Yeah, they can just allow Alliance to crash into them, and that's usually going to be the smart play here. They can get aggressive, but I would prefer them to go for something like the Aegis before they make that kind of move, but Alliance might actually just walk in themselves, and this is the kind of play that you have to make. You're in a desperate situation. Liquid don't know that this is happening.
Oh, it's going to work nicely as well with the Blood Form. Crits ripping through Roche, Loader turning up as well, so they are going to have the Aegis for this inevitable defense that Liquid's going to force out from the side of Alliance. S4 is going to be the one to hold.
I think it's going to change much though. The moment your Aegis hero dies, like the rest of your team is also probably dead, and then you're going to be alone.
I think a lot matters on how Mind Control gets his double Ravage off, because if he can hit majority of heroes, then Bambo's right. It won't really matter if you have the Aegis or not. The Queen of Pain isn't really the issue. Like, it's everybody else, because all of Liquid's heroes are so tanky now. You can't burst Jarex anymore. You can't silence him because he's got that Lotus Sword. Crow's got that Yule Scepter to protect himself.
We have it. Liquid knocking on the final set of doors that Alliance have left standing. What's the reaction going to be? Loader and the team smoked up, trying to get a good position to jump in on Liquid, but as we're saying, they've got to be very careful of the jump in potential from Mind Control. That double Ravage sitting at the ready. Timberman comes back in once more. The Stomp holding Loader back. And at this point, Alliance, what can they do? What can they do to hold back Liquid? And Timberman in again. In and out, chipping away at the tier 3. I mean, at this point, it really does feel like Liquid just closing the final doors on victory.
They just keep doing this all day. Alliance has to make a move.
There's just no safe move for them to make, especially since they're right outside their base.
Okay, Bulldog goes for the roll. Will catch down to Matumbaman. Low sword drop down the Sonic Wave flying through as well, but Matumbaman still alive for the time being. Fodder moving in the BKB before they found the kill. Taken down, so now comes the Ravage, the first one. Catching out 4, swooping in the Phoenix, back out again. Now it's a split from the sidelines, bringing low to low. He'll take Ake's life though to fuel himself back up and try and get into the fight. Aegis has been lost on S4. He'll get the silence onto Jarex, making sure the dive out's not there. Hex onto S4, making sure he can't jump through, chasing in for more. Looks like Liquid and just back up for now, get the rest of them out of there. But at the least, a good hold for Alliance, managing to find that kill onto Matumbaman.
He had so many ways to save him.
He had his own way, though.
Yeah.
I think they assumed that he was going to get the Shadow Dance off. Because if you're able to get Shadow Blade and your BKB off, then you definitely had time to click the R button. So if he was able to get the Shadow Dance off, regens up, you fight around your Tide double ultimate, then the game just ends right there. But instead, it just gets unnecessarily prolonged.
As for Bulldogs starting to push down the mid, I mean, in a dream world, they'd love to try and force the buyback out from Matumbaman, but it certainly feels with the position that Alliance are in, it's unlikely that's going to happen. 25 seconds, and the Slark will be back. Alliance trying to do the best to hold on, and Bulldog's being caught out. Spotted out by Fodder. I mean, his Timbersaw play has been absolutely merciless. He's 13-4-12. Literally just cutting through the lineup of Alliance this whole game. And a lot of strong performances from Liquid as this game reaches kind of the 50th minute around the corner. And not a lot of options for Alliance to bring themselves back into this one.
You can't really ask your Timbersaw to do more than solo kill a Queen of Pain mid.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be such a huge advantage for you, mentally, and more importantly, just for morale. Just like, you see that happen, you're going to think like, great, we're in such a good position. At the same time, Alliance aren't out of this game. I want to stress that. They still have ways to fight around. It's just really difficult. But they're not completely out. They can still have another fight happen like that.
See what they can do here. Matumbaman is trying to ignore them and get the damage down onto the racks. They'll have Bulldog back up in 10.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
The Ancient being beaten down by the creeps themselves. Alliance, they've got a lot on their hands here. At the same time, you've got S4 looking for a bit of split push. They may need him to back up because Liquid on the verge of mega creeping Alliance. Ake pops the BKB. Trying to ward Liquid off still. Just this final range rack standing between Alliance and Mega Creeps. And there's Matumbaman jumping in onto the dough, taking down Edge. And here we have it. Oh, they're going for the base race.
They're going to go for the base race.
It's going to work. I mean, they've got a fortification, Liquid. And Liquid already taking their... That's half out. Fodder's turned up. He's stopping this nonsense from Alliance. And Liquid pummeling through the Ancient of Alliance. The roll come through. Double kill from Fodder as he cleans up in his own base. EGM, he's about to have his backside split open. There we have it. And Liquid, they'll take the win. GG is called. Alliance tried their best. But guys, in your opinion, where did it all go wrong for Alliance?
Just played way too safe. From minute 20 plus.